Welcome back to the No State Project channel. I'm Mark Stevens, and I want to just ask a question here regarding the mandates, and you can leave your answer in below. So the question is a little background. It's been said for almost 2 years that the coronavirus was either planned or a complete hoax, which it's neither one is true, and that the wearing of masks and mask mandates was actually a step towards tyranny, or a tyrannical step towards authoritarianism. And if we look here, so this is what's got me confused. That's why I want to do this particular video. So if we go here, and I know some people are going to say fake news because it's NBC, but this is something you can verify on 1,000 other websites that, like it says here in the title, nearly half of state mask mandates have ended in the past 3 weeks. This is very recent. This is February 15th, 2022. So it is a month old and more mandates have dropped. But we look at the graphic here, and you can see that most of the United States, as of February 15th, most of the United States, there's no more mask requirement. So my question is, if the mask, having to wear a mask in public, if that was a tyrannical step towards authoritarianism or more authoritarian control, that's complete garbage as far as I can tell. The evidence just doesn't support it, especially when you're looking right here that they're dropping the mandates. But if it was, so the point here is, if the mask mandates were actually a tyrannical step towards a new world order or just local authoritarianism, wouldn't the opposite then be true? That if they drop the mandates like they have, would that be moving away from authoritarianism? And if they're moving away from authoritarianism, if you're feeling stupider for watching this video, I understand, because I feel stupider for actually saying these things and having to present that. I mean, that's where we are, though. So many people think that the mask is tyrannical and a step towards, increased authoritarianism. So leave that in the comments below. If especially if you're one of those who thought that it is a step for tyranny, and if you do believe that's a step towards tyranny, explain to me why in the world would they be scaling it back? I can't make any sense of it. Maybe somebody's going to allege they're just getting used to it till they turn. So once the sheeple are really, accepting, authoritarianism, then when they really lock the hammer down, there'll be less resistance. Well, the thing is, income taxes, driver's licenses of any kind, that's a hell of a lot more of an authoritarian imposition on people than putting a mask on. It's people already, the vast majority of people already accept licenses of every kind, taxes of every kind. They already have that. You have to ask permission for almost everything you do in your life already. So if they haven't brought the hammer down yet, why what's the point of one very small incremental step? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, I'm like Aaron on The Office with that. I don't get it. It's crazy. And the other thing, last thing I want to talk about here is something I think is really, really stupid. I understand honest skepticism. Hey, I'm with you there. But there's some of the loudest commenters on my channel now. They like to claim that because I have no opposition to using a mask, because I believe it on ethical and medical grounds, I believe it's the right thing to do. Just like I don't put a seatbelt on because there's some government law, some bureaucrat, some autocrat told me to. I put a seatbelt on to save my life and to protect others, so I don't become a projectile if somebody hits my car. It's got nothing to do with government. It's not the basis for it. Why people have consistently, since the whole thing started back in March of 2020, 2 years ago, have accused me of being a paid shill. Now, I've been accused of some pretty vile stuff, but a paid shill is not the most vile, but it actually probably is one of the stupidest things you can accuse me of. So I want to go through this real quick. This is my channel. And as you can see, it's not very large. I have 18,500 subscribers, and I average 1,000 views, 1,000 views per video. There are people who do videos about me. There are people who have used my videos on their channel, and they get 10 times the views. Not on my channel. So what you're able to do here is you're able to sort by the most popular, the date added, the oldest. I have a few videos that have over 100,000 views. One video with over 100,000 views. One. So if you were to go by, if we were to go by the way the newest, you take a look here. You can see the average number of views here. 500, 784, 610, 939. There's 1,200. There's 900, 1,000, 1,000, 2,700. So I average right around $900 to $1,000. I have 1,000 views. Who in their right mind would seek out a channel as small as mine with no social power whatsoever? Zero. Absolutely zero social power. Why in the world would they come and pay me to be a shill? It is absolutely one of the stupidest accusations against me, false accusations against me that I've seen. One of the other stupidest ones that just doesn't seem to die, it's completely false, is that I'm a sovereign citizen, and there's no evidence of that. And I'm still accused of it. But at least there I understand why the critics will say that. It's so accuse me of being a sovereign citizen, so anybody who's looking at my channel will say, oh, the guy's a nutcase. But here, people who have followed the show to accuse me of being a paid shill, first, do some research, learn how. I mean, first of all, it's mind-numbingly stupid. Mark Stevens is a paid shill. Who is paying me? Absolutely beyond the pale stupid. I'm saying the argument, the accusation is stupid, not the people who, it's not personal. It's not a personal attack. So people are still going to accuse me of that. That's what you're going to get on YouTube. But I just wanted to get out how monumentally stupid such a comment is. So that's going to do it for this particular video. If you want to help support the channel, I'm doing my best to be able to, because I'm not being paid, and I of course. But if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so in the description. You can buy some books, and I should have some other merchandise available real soon. But please remember to put in the comments what your explanation is for the mask mandates being dropped, and if it really is a step towards tyranny, and now would it then follow it's a step away from tyranny and away from authoritarianism.